Hi from my platform, Linda's TV show. If it is your first time, you are welcome. Please, after watching this video, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. It is very, very important because it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. Here we upload videos on daily basis as it is happening. We are bringing it live and direct, undirected to you. After watching, you are free to criticize, you are free to say your opinion, but let us say it constructively. Myself, Linda, will be standing here watching this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section. I appreciate you all, my lovely subscribers, followers, those who comment and share this video as we watch
meeting today. As we promised you a few days ago after we had the initial meeting with the labor movement, we said we were going to reconvene today to keep the engagement on in order to diffuse the tension in the land as a result of the withdrawal of subsidy, which is a reality. Now, we are very happy to announce to Nigerians that this engagement has been very productive. The TUC that attended today's meeting presented a list of demands, and those demands we have studied and we are going to present to Mr. President for his consideration. But those demands, we can announce to Nigerians that a lot of the items on the list are not impracticable. What we need to do is to study the numbers very well, and then we have asked the TUC to also give us a leeway to consult, very exhaustively and come back on Tuesday, reconvene on Tuesday to actually look at the numbers, the viability, practicability of all the items that have been presented to us. Now, most important, top priority on the list, which the government is also looking at very seriously, and the president has announced before, is the issue of the minimum wage, which the labor movement has demanded as a consequence of this removal of the consequential impact of the removal of subsidy. So government is looking at that, and Mr. President is most likely going to constitute a tripartite committee. That is a committee of federal government and including the states, then the organized labor on the other part, and the private sector.
We have presented a list of our demands to them, and they received it in good faith that they will go back to their principal and come back to us on Tuesday. So we are hopeful that the demand that we have presented would it will be reviewed in the best interest of Nigerian workers and the entire Nigerian masses. The demand for a minimum wage, and we stated that for us it is quite apt that the minimum wage today is not a living wage, as we all know. The value of the minimum wage since it was negotiated has plummeted to a very abysmal level as it is today. So we demanded, when you call an organ meeting, an organ takes a life of its own. So the decision of your organ is what you are expected to implement. So all of us staying here today, we are agents of NEC of TUC. So the NEC of TUC took a decision, and that decision is what we are trying to push through.
We are used to some kind of life in Nigeria, and that's why our body don't get sick. But I got to think of it, this is going to be very, very interesting, as a lot of people also have been reacting to this subsidy thing.
And resolute. Well, there is no discordant voice within organized labor. If there is any, let me know. We have 36 state councils of the NLC. We have 54 affiliate unions that met on Friday, no dissenting voice, and we took a decision on this action. And every union has issued strike directives to their members, and the strike is on. For the newspapers that are saying there is a division, let them say where the division is having. The NLC does not operate northern branch, eastern branch, western branch. So where is the discordant voice coming from? Let them wait till Wednesday for them to know. Part of our agreement in 2021 is the issue of the compressed natural gas as an alternative. And that one, even the then Minister of State Petroleum, Silva, now say that it's going to cost 90 naira per liter. And everybody was impressed. The CBN was supposed to have, if not, they have not released 250 billion naira for conversion of vehicles and power stations. Ipman, the owners of these filling stations, have donated their filling stations for the conversion to take place. And as at now, over 10,000 cars were converted in Benin alone. And we're expecting them to do this conversion for us to have alternative. If you have alternative to PMS, now why are we talking of the labor movement cannot tell you to remove or not remove subsidy? Then we have alternative. In a situation, in a sector, you have only one product and there's no alternative, and you are compelling everybody to buy at high rate. It doesn't make any sense, and will not succumb to it. So between now and the next 1 month or 2 months, if this government is serious, we can get conversion. And in your own car, you have provision, a time for CNG, you have a provision for PMS. Anyone you want to switch over to it. And this is common. What is difficult for it than forcing everybody to buy a dictated price?
Well, there we have it. NLC President George Arrow speaking to you yesterday. Dr. Batian, welcome. Good to see you this morning. Great to have you back. Your thoughts on all the issues. So many things have happened, since the last time you were here. Of course, you spoke with the NLC President, who didn't show up for the dialogue with the government representatives. Your take on the story?
Well, he made it clear yesterday that George Arrow, President of the NLC, that the NLC was not going to attend any meeting. Because at the time it was on the program, it was just about the time that the meeting was to convene at the presidential villa. And he said, look, the government has been given a minimum demand, which is to go back to where we were before the NNPC Limited announced a new price template. And that if the government is not showing good faith, then of course NLC will not be interested in any further dialogue other than to go out on industrial action on strike on Wednesday, which is just about 48 hours from now. And it was in the course of that I posed the question to him that, look, it looks like organized labor is divided. And he said there's nothing like division, that he had in fact met also with the president of the Trade Union Congress. But as we saw yesterday at that meeting, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the presidential villa, only the Trade Union Congress leadership showed up. But much capital has been made out of this, that maybe organized labor is divided, maybe the government is trying to use divide and rule tactics. But if you look at the demands of the Trade Union Congress, there isn't much difference between the TUC or the NLC. The TUC is also saying that there should be a reversion to the pump price of 195 naira per liter. Then they have added tax holiday for workers. They've asked for certain categories of workers. They are also demanding the new minimum wage. And on its part, civil society groups have come together with a tactical team to also get involved in the conversation. Well, it sounds like a good thing that the government is open to dialogue and is talking about a tripartite body team that will be put together. But everyone should recall that the last time we had a tripartite group on the issue of minimum wage, new minimum wage, that tripartite team was going back and forth, for more than a year. And at the end of the day, even that new minimum wage that was fixed at that time is still controversial. Many states have not even been able to pay that last increase in minimum wage, creating problems about the whole idea of wage indexation. But while it is a good thing to see that government is open to dialogue on this issue, well, by Wednesday, if that strike goes ahead, then we will know whether organized labor is divided or not. But the cost will also be quite high, heavy. And the people who will suffer, of course, are the long-suffering people of Nigeria. And the question that some analysts have raised is that which should come first? The palliatives, structures in place to ameliorate the people's hardship, or the removal of subsidy, summarily. However, the counter-argument here, as pushed by government, is that government is sitting on a debt profile of over 77 trillion. Government is owing NNPCL for the last, within the last few months, up to about 2.4 trillion. In other words, government is broke. There is no money. So, but I think in the policy making process, what is also important is to carry the people along, to ensure ownership through consultations, negotiations, dialogue, compromises. And maybe that is where government should have started from, and now government is trying to go in that direction. But the other argument, of course, is that the fuel subsidy regime is unsustainable. We've been on that argument since the Obasanjo years, and now we're still at that same spot. And there are people who hold the view, validly too, that if this subsidy had been removed in 2012, it would have been Nigeria by now will have moved beyond it, and things will have stabilized. But now we are back to where we were 11 years ago. And the irony that is the same people that opposed the government in 2012 are now the ones to preside over the tardiness, the lack of courage on the part of the various groups. But I think it's important that we develop a sense of ownership around this major economic issue. But what we're paying for is corruption. What we're paying for is poor leadership. In fact, it is so bad now that even amalgamated union of transport workers, these ride-hailing services, they are saying their companies don't increase transport fares. They will also down tools. The National Union of Electricity Employees has promised to shut down the entire country and put all of us in a blackout. The one that I find amazing there is that the Nigerian Union of Journalists has also issued a statement that journalists will join the strike. Well, I don't see how that will work. If Nigerian Union of Journalists are going to down tools, does it mean that we won't be on television on Wednesday? That would be quite a tall one. But that is to show, the seriousness of the dilemma that Nigeria faces. And we've always said it on this program during the campaigns that, everybody wants to be president of Nigeria. Okay, what do you want to go and preside over? With the huge debt that has been left behind. And of course, President Buhari has, successfully, escaped the social consequences of the removal of fuel subsidy. And the first task that the Tinubu administration has to face, as we have seen, is this removal of a subsidy. Well, it's our country. You can't give up on it. So we'll see what happens hereafter.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.